Welcome to Techstination. Joining us is Daniel Cowen, the CEO at 3Doodler. Thank you for joining us, Daniel.
Thank you very much for having me, Fred.
You've got a new partnership we're going to talk about, but first, for people who aren't familiar with the company, give us some background. You've done some pretty amazing things here.
Yeah, it's been a busy 6 years. So we invented the world's first 3D pen called 3Doodler. And you may have seen that back on Kickstarter in 2013 when the product first came to market. So back since those kind of early days when there were just three of us running the company, we've kind of taken that kind of baby that we launched, that first 3D pen that could draw in the air in plastic, and we've grown a company out of it. So 6 years on, we're 25 people worldwide, offices in Hong Kong and New York. We've now got pens that are suitable for the kids, totally kid safe, and you can find them in your local toy stores, right through to the Create Plus, which is our pen for adults, and then even a Pro pen. So what we've tried to do is really make 3D printing accessible to anyone in the 3D pen format, and ensure that whether you're a kid or an adult or a professional or just an artist or hobbyist, you have a 3D pen, a 3Doodler that you can use.
Now, 3D printing is being used for all kinds of things today, even vehicles. There are vehicles being printed using 3D printers. But tell us what people are able to create using the 3Doodler. Give us some examples.
So the wide answer tends to be anything you can imagine. And I think that's the crux of it. With a 3D printer, you have to use complicated CAD and design software, and then wait a long time for the printer to print. And what we've done is really taken those barriers away so that anyone can pick up the pen. And if you have an idea in your head, whether it's in 2D or 3D or it's 2D pieces that you want to join, you can draw it in plastic with our pens. So to give you some examples, we've got a lot of students using these in schools, or at least teachers using it with their students to teach all kinds of subjects across the STEM curriculum. So making shapes in geometry classes, triple double helixes, molecular structures. We've got teachers using it in history to kind of bring lessons to life and have kids draw historical places, buildings with the pens. And then outside of the education sector, we've got artists using it to do dresses. We've seen people walking down catwalks in 3Doodler dresses, right through to a team of artists in the UK that did a full-scale Nissan car using the 3Doodler about 3 years ago. And just here, I'm in London right now for a trade show, and there was a kid who came by, and he just picked it up and made keyrings for his parents. There was someone else who came by and made an articulated skeleton, which could be used for biology teaching. So really, it's limited, and we say this, it sounds cliched, it's limited only by your imagination. Anything you can think of, if you can think about how to construct it, how to draw it in 3D, you can then do that with the 3Doodler.
And you've got a new partnership with Office Depot, but this is really in the educational space. Tell us how this works. What's this all about?
Yeah, very much so. So education has become a really strong focus for us. We've identified 3Doodler as being a really effective way of bringing fun and engagement to the classroom. And we have over 8,000 schools now in the US where teachers are using the 3Doodler side by side with their regular lessons to bring things to life. Office Depot, as you know, it's a giant within both stationery and education. So they approached us about partnering with them on a product for their Juku range. And given that we want to really get this into the hands of more students and teachers around the US, we jumped at it. And we've worked with their team to develop a great product, the Juku Create Plus pen, that they are now selling in their stores and to schools that they work directly with.
And it's spelled Juku. And there are different kits involved here. Tell us about that.
So yeah, talking to the Juku range as a whole. So Juku, to talk to Office Depot, they've tried to create a range that brings creativity and fun to learning. And Juku means after-school creativity. It's the term that's used for after-school classes in Japan, where the curriculum is obviously very heavy and intense. So a lot of creative classes and innovation classes happen after school. So the Juku range itself includes a coding kit. It includes various construction kits, and it includes our 3D pen. I think they've got a robotics kit as well. And I think in most cases, they've tried to pick a leading partner in their field who can collaborate with them on making a Juku-themed, education-themed product that they can put out to their educational audience. And fortunately for us, in our case, 3Doodler, being the leading 3D pen, has been chosen to partner with them.
Terrific. And the retail price, it's a pretty affordable thing given the technology, et cetera here.
Yeah, so it's $74.99, and I'm not sure if you remember back in our early days, our 3D pens were $99. So thankfully, through cost savings, manufacturing efficiency, we've been able to democratize the product even further and bring the price down. So for just $75, you can now get your Juku 3Doodler pen and start creating in 3D instantly.
And the materials that are used, you kind of broaden that a bit too.
Yeah, absolutely. So the thing I love about the Create Plus pen is that there's a very wide group of materials you can use with it. Anyone who knows about 3D printing will have heard of ABS and PLA plastics. We also have a flexi plastic, which is just like rubber. So it's stretchy and bendy. So it means you can make wearables or movable pieces. We also have a wood filament for our Create Plus pen, which you can use, which has 20% wood fiber in it. The Juku range itself is heavy on ABS and PLA, and you can actually get bulk packs of PLA in the stores at Office Depot. And again, PLA is one of those wonderful plastics. It's corn-based. It is commercially compostable. And there are even transparent plastics that you can get in the range. So you can do all things that are see-through or have that kind of transparent sheen to them.
I guess you're still looking at things, what the future might hold for you with this. Is there anything you can tell us about what's in store?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, everything we do is focused on quality, putting out a quality product, quality experience, quality plastics. So, part of the business is truly focused on taking our current products and just constantly improving them. There will be, hidden, invisible improvements that the user may never realize are there, but make the product and the product experience better and better. And then we also have a lot of innovation going on. That's always been a core for us. So, 2 years ago, we brought out the Start Pen, which is safe for ages 6+. We've got education learning packs, which are these beautiful classroom-sized learning packs that teachers can take on for schools and have curriculum in them. They have a teacher's pack in them, and we have lesson plans online for those teachers to use in classrooms. And then we do have new products in the pipeline, which we'll be releasing next year. I can't tell you exactly what, but what I can say is that they fit within the 3Doodler family. They take us to new and exciting audiences, so people who otherwise wouldn't have used our pens before. And we hope that we can take that magic of 3D creation to even more people, both young and old.
Are there new materials that you might be able to use too, or your customers might be able to use?
Yeah, absolutely. So, like I mentioned, we have a wood filament, which we brought out last year, and it's got 20% wood fiber. We love it. It smells of wood. You can sand it. You can stain it. It's really good for those kind of DIY and woodcraft projects. So that's something we're going to be putting out more in the market. We started off with a natural color. We've now got 4 different colors of wood. So walnut, white birch, pine, and cherry is the final one. And then for our Pro Pen, we've got a bronze filament, a copper filament, a nylon filament. So these are all different materials that you can use in different ways. Like the nylon can be stained using clothing dyes, food dyes. The copper and bronze, again, has real metal fibers in it. So that you can make creations which have that weight that metal would have, and also have that kind of feeling and properties that metal have. You can shine it, you can buff it. So if you go on YouTube, you look up 3Doodler, even on Instagram, Facebook, you'll see people creating with these new materials, and they're doing some phenomenal stuff.
Terrific. For more info, people can go to 3doodler.com. It's the numeral 3doodler.com. And for this the new Juku line, you can check out officedepot.com as well.
I couldn't have said it better. Thank you, Fred.
Daniel Cowen, thank you so much for taking the time with us.
Thank you very much as well.
Now this. How many companies out there have continued to innovate when it comes to building a better radio? I'm Fred Fishkin, host of Techstination, and I'm here to tell you about the new CC Skywave SSB radio from the wonderful people at C. Crane. Bob and his crew really love radio, and it shows in this new compact model that is packed with features. Beyond great AM and FM reception and sound, you can tune into shortwave signals from around the world, listen to ham radio operators, aviation, and more. It's the radio you'll turn to every day, and in emergencies. It will run for nearly 3 days on just 2 AA batteries. Pair the sleep timer with the new Soft Speaker 3, and you've got the perfect radio for your nightstand. Of course, it can wake you up too. Click on Crane at Techstination.com and put in the code Techstination for a free flashlight with your order. They love radio, and you'll love Crane.